Alrighty, so I have this shape. Just looking at it, I see all my side lengths are the same because they have those little tick marks in there. So right here on the right side, it's wondering what AB is, what CD and AD are. I know they're all the same side length. So that means all of them are 6 long. Sometimes remember it's just the opposites that are matching, but in this case, since they all have the one tick line, that means they're all the same. They're all 6. For my side lengths, sorry, this is bothering me. This is crooked. It's better. That's probably because I wrote crooked. Now I know that B is 120 degrees. If all 4 of these sides are the same, but that's not a 90-degree angle, what type of shape is this? That means this is a rhombus, so that this side is the same as its opposite. So that means that this side D is also, or that angle D is also 120 degrees because they are opposite angles. They are the same. But I still need to figure out what A and C are. Like we wrote out on our last set of notes, all the angles add up to what? They all add up to 360 degrees. So go ahead, pause the video and think for a second, what could I do to figure out what A and C are? Pause the video and think about that for a minute for me. One way that you could do this is you could subtract this initial 120 degrees. Okay, I'm subtracting this one right here. I see that these other 3 have to be 240. Then I want to subtract this 120. I have to do that twice. And I see now that for these 2 angles, A and C, that I have left, they need to equal 120 degrees. What do we know about A and C? They're opposite from each other. What does that mean about opposite angles on a rhombus? They are congruent. They're the exact same. So A and C are going to be the exact same. So if I know that together they need to be 120 degrees, what would I do to figure out how much each one of them is? Again, if I add them together, I have to equal 120 because that's all I've got left. If they're the same number, what would I do? I can think what number plus itself is 120 degrees, or I can divide that 120 degrees divided by 2 because I'm trying to divide those angles amongst those 2. And I get that A and C are both 60 degrees. Use those characteristics that we went over about the angles and the side lengths to help you solve these problems on your worksheet.